I thought I would make my MEPS video that I promised. I actually made one yesterday, and it kind of got messed up there at the end. It was all just messed up, so I figured I'd make another one. And this one may be a little shorter. I thought the last one might have been a little bit too long, a little too in-depth. You need a little bit of surprise when you go to MEPS, but I'll have to go ahead and tell you this. It's not bad at all. There's just a lot of waiting involved, a lot of waiting. I was there around 11 hours, 11 and a half hours, something like that, so be prepared to wait. But I'm on the way to town to go to the gym again, and I was like, you know, I need to make that video, so here it is. When you get to MEPS from your motel, you'll have to go through a metal detector, so make sure you don't have any knives, you know, anything like that on you. You'll have to take your stuff out, put it in a bucket, and walk through the metal detector, and then they'll have to scan your bag. You'll have a lot of paperwork, so be prepared to sign your name thousands of times and initial. You'll go in, they'll brief you on what to expect, what to do at MEPS, the rules at MEPS. Then you'll go speak to your liaison, your service liaison, like whether that be Air Force, Marines, you know, whatever branch you're joining. You'll get some paperwork from them. There'll be a sticker in the paperwork. Take it out, put it on your shirt, put it on the right side. That's how they're going to identify you. Then you should have a control desk where you will have your fingerprints scanned and enrolled. That way, if you need to sign something, you sign it biometrically with your fingerprint, which is pretty cool. And they also do that to bring you up on the computer without having to, you know, log you in. You like instantly log yourself in when you scan your fingerprint, which is nice. But you'll have a lot of paperwork to do, and you'll have a lot of waiting to do. And then you'll go back and do the test. I done mine. You can do them in any order. They say just whatever line's shorter, just get in it. But you'll have a medical briefing. You'll go in a room, and they'll go over your medical history. They'll take all the guys in one room and all the girls in another, and they'll try to, you know, make sure you haven't lied on the paperwork, ask if anything's changed, and go over a lot of stuff. It'll be an hour and a half, a good hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, depending on who's briefing you. The guy that was briefing us, he was very thorough, very good, so it took him a little while, but he made sure he got everything covered. But after you're briefed, you'll go ahead and do all your tests. I done my hearing test first, and then they have to collect a sample from you to make sure you're not on drugs, you know, and stuff like that. So I done that next, and then I done blood work. I went and gave them my blood where they can test it and do everything with it. Then I had my vision checked, and it's a standard vision test. It's not much different than any other test you've probably already taken. The only thing about it, you have a depth perception test, and it's kind of hard, so take your time with it. Get them to explain it to you, because they didn't really explain it much to me, and I had to kind of figure it out. I passed it with no problems, but it was really hard. And then after you do that, you have your physical. Guys is going to be different than girls, and vice versa, of course. But guys, it's not bad at all. I was kind of wondering about it. I wasn't really too worried because I've had one done before, not this thorough, but I've had one done before, so I kind of knew what to expect. But it's not bad. It's all over in like 10 or 15 seconds, and it's not really that weird. You know, it's a doctor, he's just doing his job, so don't freak out over it. You'll be fine. But the guys, you'll go in a room, you'll strip down to like your boxers or, you know, whatever, and then you'll have to do a lot of exercises, you know, basic muscle movement, making sure you have full range of motion, etc., etc. And make sure that you have no broke fingers. You can move all your joints with no problems, and, you know, all that good stuff. Then once you're done with that, you'll go back and you'll wait some more, and you'll get some paperwork. Then you'll go back one at a time to like a little mini interview, and they'll ask you, are you sure you haven't lied to us on any of your paperwork? You're telling the truth, yada yada. And then they'll ask you a couple of questions like, where do you want your remains? Like, who do you want to identify you in case something happens? It's all standard procedures. It don't mean that anything's going to. It's just, if it does, if you're already gone, we can't ask you, hey, who do you want to claim your body? So they have to go ahead and ask you all that. Don't get upset by that. It's standard. They're not saying, hey, we're going to throw you in this job where you have a chance of getting killed. They're not saying that. But you'll do that. And in the meantime, you'll go back to your liaison. You'll do your interview. They'll ask you, like, what jobs, were you considering. They'll take your ASVAB score along with your transcripts, if you have any, or, diploma, to see what you'll be going in ranking. I'm going in higher ranking than I normally would because I have college credits. But they'll see what jobs you qualify for, and my liaison printed out a list, which I already had a list of jobs, so he just printed out the ones that I wanted, and I put them in order for him, gave them to him, he went over it. We went over my contract, I signed it, then I went back into the waiting room and waited a little bit longer. I had to go in another briefing room here at the last, before I swore in. In there they'll explain, how to stand, what to do, what to say, and it's basically pretty easy. You just follow their move, you do what they do. It's a great feeling though. But after they brief you, you'll go in and you'll actually swear in, and it's one of the best feelings ever. Sense of pride, accomplishment, like, hey, I'm doing this. It's like one small step for man, you know how the saying goes. It's a small step, but it's one of the small steps of a long journey that is going to be great. So, but you'll swear in, you'll go back into your briefing room, and they'll ask you to confirm your contract. You'll confirm it. Then you go out back to the control desk, and they'll print it out for you, and they'll hand you your copy of your contract, and you're good to go. So then after that, you can either drive back or take your shuttle or bus back to your recruiter's office or whatever. So, but it's not that big of a deal. It's great. Everybody there's real nice. Talk to people while you're sitting around. Don't just sit there all by yourself. Everybody's in the same shape you're in. I've never been here before. I don't know what to expect. Make friends. That way it's not so boring. I talked to a lot of interesting people from different branches. It wasn't bad at all. Met a lot of cool people, and that helped pass the time by. So don't be afraid. Everybody there is there to help you. They're not there to hurt you. They're military, so they're going to be strict, but that's the way, the military is. They've got to have some sort of standard. You can't just be slouchy. And dress up. Take pride in yourself. It's appreciated. I wore a button-up shirt and some nice jeans. You don't have to go in a three-piece tux or anything like that. Make sure you're comfortable, because you're going to be sitting around waiting a lot. But take pride in yourself. Try to look nice. It is like a job interview for your future. So, but you shouldn't have any problems. But if y'all have any questions, like on a specific thing, like anything at all, or like, hey, you forgot to mention this, or I've got a question about that, feel free to ask me, because I don't mind at all making a video to explain it a little more if I can. If not, I'll look it up and try to explain it the best I know how. So, but I think I covered everything, and I'm almost at the gym. So, like I said, comment, criticize, subscribe, and I'll try to keep them as informative and helpful as I can. So, but until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.